All the news from Ghana.
Abon Nonsia. Peace 104.3 FM Suni. Ghana de Shmaima Yamamunyina Jo. Ebron son si de Ghana this week ebremo. Ghana this week yeshe and someone is seen now watching mo near the na poso amamoni yesha si ya yeshe ene de no. Yemfa aseda PSC Emma JM Ado and Sons for one more ene de Borges organic apple cider vinegar abejaso. What the 1 + 400 alcohol and one sign the alpha folic acid and the alpha vitamin C tablet. What the alcohol woman Ghana this week one more able ye chidom. Enti Borges organic apple cider vinegar no na uhia woso na pesa woso tia na ese Borges aye apple cider vinegar unya bina de kakra so nsuo mu a na ebo nipadua no ama eniema edimu ye ena 1 + 400 ensunsurumu asoto ensunsurumu abrane etu no nyina ase ema unya wahoto alpha folic acid ena alpha vitamin C tablet wo nso ka ho bi kasebo wutie ewo peace 104.3 FM so ubetimi atiyenka ewo okay 101.7 and need 100.9 uwo kumasi eye hello 101.5 radio stations e wo Ghana hane amahodo so mo fa na bro oha na wuko e social media platforms ahodo a Facebook eye peace 104.3 FM peace 104.3 FM wo YouTuber eye despite media YouTube eye despite media ye from me akosua ago abuwaje obetimi afram yakosua nhyire na akosua ankonam me na menam a me de Ghana this week e ma mo surprise no nyame yaduma next week na surprise no mo bete ne nka eti na de akosua ago abuwaje akosua nhyire betimi afram yakosua ankonam na nso nyame ne meboafo enti na ese yatenam di a na ye behwe na enensama abadwanso no na ye de amamo ena yama ne bofo panya wa santemem Samson kwa menyameche edi ababedan ye a wo chem se Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua Dixon a wono ena ye ne prekope oba wodi kan se wonye vice chancellor e wo Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology suapon kese e wo Ghana ha eye KN University no enne wo mo hweye emadwumadie no edi mu no wo mampani His Excellency Nana Adodan Akufo-Addo ekopie wase ena wo chemu biem se my Ghana ye boye homoden pa se de be ye niema nyina ebekoyie na eba enwomasuamu ebetimi agina yie na science and technology nso edi mutintiman abefo kwantempo mu nimdie eno nso eka ho eti waba bepie kumase dia na ekyese vice chancellor wo ye oba wodi kan Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua Dixon ayese wonye vice chancellor enda KN University anono na na hohoa so wodi ne ho akwakohyemu mama yenti o mampani His Excellency Nana Adodan Akufo-Addo.
A career of first. She was the first female pro-vice chancellor of this university, and now an alumna of this university has become the first vice chancellor. On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, our warmest congratulations to her. I'm happy in this respect to follow in the footsteps of my boss, the second president of the Fourth Republic, His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor, during whose tenure of office the first female vice chancellor of a public university was appointed. An equivalent feat has been achieved in my time. And I'm taking office at a truly historic moment. In your taking charge of a university whose name bears testament to the central role this university will play in our nation's development. It is already clear that even more so than in previous centuries, the 21st century is going to be dominated by the progress and evolution of science and technology.
Yeah. Omampani His Excellency Nana Adodan Akufo-Addo na mane boyi ye mane bofo panye wan santemem Samson Kwame Nyameche wono ene de breye ye konsom foforo so a NPP Bono Regional Youth Organizer Owura Abdulrazak Opon wodi atuye se ni manimu ya wopanyi bi fa ne Gariba a woye osia kwan hene e wo Banda traditional area SSI IGP eche no na emra ene ne die NPP Regional Youth Organizer Abdulrazak Opon di atuye se wosia kwan hene eye press conference na press conference no ensem afiri na numu ban na edi ehu na bomman ne nsem no ebomman enti ne kwan se soso so kwan bia so eto no de wosusu sese ye chi no pa woni peace nsentro ni wotena pe wo doma fm ewo bunu region kasa no eno de nsem we tu dwa wasre omampani his excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo national security coordinator security minister bunu regional minister so wo nyina mrem na gariba wo nche ne sesi afi se ne ma boni ne atutra so ma ekoso wo banda ene ne mpotemo no sa gariba no ayese wono na ye osi akwan hene wo banda traditional area no wono na sa boni ne nyina empa ne tirimu da
Sumi Fre, me mami regional minister, IGP, regional police commander, district commander a banda, Misumi Fre DC a banda, national security minister, national security coordinator, me Fre police for nyina se papa na kano se be se mpedosan antwa yi. O se ade a president pen o banda bia no, ye pese ehu a ye nsa beka. Wa threaten president, wa threaten national security, wa threaten banda, wa threaten Ghana nyina. Ne nsem a o kan ehia se police for eche no. Sa papa we na o kan se munya Jordan kwa omomo no no mo hye no no mo ku no ye yifiri mu a na se ye nche bia nsem bi si wo banda e ma nipa efa so ehwe no kwa papa we ka ho bi no mo to bari a e wo banda yunkuro o ka ho bi ni ntiti asem e ko so wo banda yunkuro ti de me kan ina ne se e wo se IGP o make sure se be kwa kwache papa
Wie eni ayeti ye eye NPP Bono Regional Youth Organizer Owura Abdul Razak Opon Yenko yenimu a awrahu sempa ababeto yenim no echese akwada bi etafa ne mommy na yesi abayuwe wodi ne birthday ena wodi ne namfofo eka ne ho ena namfofo nyina tu ana mo birthday party go so ena omukodi birthday party no wo mukọ ene birthday party hotel bi omukọ ene behwe nyasam ketwa wo mugi wo mani yie twitwa bia edwade nsomu diasa wo mu ye driver ni ye de wo mo eba no ena se wo hu kwa mo se di na car no ekọbọ car bia asesi ho abaiwa wo di ne birthday ni wafrim ama ne namfofo mienu a omo nso ka ho wo nso afrim na yesi akoda bia no wonyam fie mienu abaiwa a 2-year-old girl no no so ka ho sabre ye de ne kodua ya nkwanta hospital ye de na kwakoto ni nyina ne se akoda yi a wo kwakodi ne birthday wo frimem akogo so okodi ne birthday e wo hotel bia ye popular wo ho odi birthday ni wieye ne namfofo te ka mu wo mo ba no e na car no car bia aseye 40 container car bi ana chance the AS 5136-U and na echo boy instantly amunumu hwa and na birthday girl we frim ne namfofo mienu e kan ho no wo mu nso awu
enrada ya na enkremofo edu mu fashe kase ide ada no ena ababa wa bia ono nso no na no ya wada ena na odi ne birthday na nam se ya wada no ansi ne krada ntino ode hye enra enti omufri mem ya omoye maya mako enson ena akoda a wonya emfinsia mienu ena omo han ka edi free aye emem edi omani kire ego so omo ba go so birthday party omo to birthday party ni eno no me ya omo saaye saaye ko dwade swimming pool ni ade ya omo san omo chi a omo kọ no obi anhu de ye ena ka bia aseye no no ma aye AS 5136-U eno no aye container ni bi na ese esi kwamu na hono so na careful kase pa eno mo kada van ya han ba ye no ma aye AS 2905-16 eno omedi ko num a emprempre a melo kase nipa miansa ena atimi afidi mu akwada onya mfinsia mienu ono so no ne nan abu ama mprempre a menu kase go so aban ayaresa bia doctor mpanyefo akire mu se omomfa ne nkopiem awodie ya nkwanta
ye awrahu semni wo free emem kogo so kodi ne birthday ne namfofo nson ka ne ho akwada bayi wana ne namu abuo no accident no ka ho na bepiem se de etete ne se eye mommy no eye ne ba mommy no ye ne ba no ene se wakwakọ wu agya ne bayi ho enamfofo mienu aka ne ho wo nso so akwakọ wu birthday ba ko ye tu fa efri mema bago so abehye hotel ba bedie ye wi aye nam kwanso kofie ene se fofia ntwanta abayiwo ye free mu ne namfofo mienu aka ne ho mbedi birthday wo nso afri mu ne baketwa abayo a wonye mfie mienu sabre ne namu abuo hwan na ebehwa akwada yi we ya abrɛho samatia win Mohammed different success fm ebre ye nti ni asrɛ sɛ ɛyɛ na adwobrɛo ɛyɛ yensusu empere Yekoye nimu a ababa bepie mu se emfimfin mantemmo ye Central Regional Minister wo ho eye Honorable Kwame Nadankan na wahwe se wo mu besiesie market be 136 eye disinfection exercise no na sa disinfection exercise yi na wo mu chem so wo mu spray market ahodo de etoso mienu 136 oha ene aduasansia se be ye coronavirus ye bekoso akono na sa aboy virus yi wo so won kwa yenso so ye ma ne ho ntoneda eti wo pre a yenso ye pre na eno na enam so ama Honorable Kwame Nadankan se wo mu di kan ye first phase no disinfection exercise no kokọ so e wo market ahodo bebre mu na afi wo mu de etoso mienu no aba se be ya ba bibie fi se ni pe kwa ye tepenten kwa ye ba no ye pese ye nyina ye bo ye ho ban na eniema nyina nso etimo na no na Honorable Kwame Nadankan na ekirem se aban ye ne sode hunu papa ne so obehwe na virus yi entretre ye bamba ho nsam ebetime agya na so nti obesro manfo nyina said ye wodwa ahodo mu disinfection exercise no ye nyina ye nhwe se ye be ye afamu die na amadwumadie no etumpon
Oyaza waya from home, why bida. Why in other regions, and the way we do handle. Mama said, "Children there, abandoning your you'll be home, papa. There's a here or there, abanye, my other boy, a man from home ban, a ban on phone to phone. Now, where is Jadasa? Is in can, yaya the major may yaya bida. Aba moyina, we had order, fataso, out there, so a man for yaya in there. Mas some papa there, yaban or yaza, or yatsi, waba say, and see young ban na ebia no wo na yeja ebia wo na ye na wo na koma dom bebusuan wo ye bidi san hwe ne ye ma asam to a ategusuan nyinara
wie Honorable Kwame Nadankan na wopanyina wono na aban krachefo mpanifo woda wo ma no e wo mfimfin mantem owura Nicholas Fifi baako wono nso ekire mu se pandemic ya na se virus ya be ya abesinsen ye komi ye nyina ye mmoa se be ya okon no ye betimi akon okupa
aban ebo no homodin manfo so ebo mo homodin fa no nyama esi edi so para ba fa to no se obey ye spraying ewo all the various MMDs ya ye first phase second phase ni na ohwa ene de ehu a hei etese ye second phase na se na dwumadi ni na ejina MMDCs no so enti ye sia aye meet na obia ewo atwen ma o twen se ene dwumadi no ye wia ye dispatch omuna ko various MMDs no makose dwuma na se ochina de yesre ne se adwuma ne ya ma yenyina ho enti nye political figures ne pena omanyom bibi eye
eni ayeti ye owura Nicholas Fifi baako wono eni opanyina woda MCA ye Metropolitan Municipal ne District Executive Simpany form wo mfimfin mantemne se dean a woda no na Public Relations Officer Edema Tebel Waste Management Company Limited Mame Edem Makumato ono so ekasai.
Today we are in Central Region coming to fumigate and disinfect 22 districts, and which comprises 136 markets. We are working in collaboration with the government of Ghana to make sure that our market spaces are safe for everybody, those buying and those selling us. Okay. The beauty of our work is that we didn't do this single-handedly. We actually worked with this market women, through the DCEs and the local government. So they are actually involved in this whole process, and the extension officers.
Mame Edem Makumato wono na ye Public Relations Officer Edema Tebel Waste Management Company Limited and ono so de ne de eto ho no. Upper Dentra East Municipal Assembly wo say enne na disinfection exercise ekọ so ewo ho na wo chem say 13 markets and say dwama akumakudu miensa no mo spray ho nyina ne titru eye Dunkwa Central Market, Zongo Market ene miamia nyina Teche Market Dentra Esikuma Market chese wo mo nante mu a wo mo ye na Upper Dentra East Municipal Chief Executive Officer Honorable Isaac Ewua wodi to just disinfection exercise ya na moto municipal assembly no etuo na COVID-19 ko aye kon no edi nkonimdie abreye
onim say COVID-19 aban is determined say yebe battle no near conquer no any gusu nti na president ma edi dwumadi ne na ema ho em de say ene exercise na very successful me can wo hwe Apadencha is her COVID-19 no ba no na ye figure it could be 156 positive cases sinyame adom me no ka say yenya 151 recoveries.
Abai Cratch Penny or Apadencha is municipal Honorable Isaac Ewa and Yetin and no Ghana district was so wutie ewo peace 104.3 FM so ya humeso ya ba ya de madwinche ne banansana no mama ye form adwinche kakra ni bi emransana yakoyachi ni akwakofa ensama na wochi mu esiye memunya bre kakra mamena memobo kakra so emamo na me chance every Facebook live na ye nua Bewa Dominic wase akosua me sha wo live wase so teacher constitution wi amoase no so mampani His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo waya ade ankasa waya ade yensa monsem ema no so ochia honorable Mavis in cancer bodu ye fija secretary is and mashebejani na manifest onso Nana kusidia wodi abose form of Nana DJ o maleni wa yosi e wo go so en wo chem se super incompetent Mahama no mo pa che se mampani dada Mahama ene NDC wo mo homodin na wo mo be fa Ghana adwa emfie nwotwe eniema nko ana wo mo essay no na enu achi no na David Netin so ede abase wo share live na wo see peace news mo ya de ankasa mo nkoso a na mo nkomonim na yenua yeboa yetafa no koyo wo see peace news no size when Fredia wo de abose insuranko mampani His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Dr. Babazamo master planner Kentampo Junior sister kosua o mampani 2020 elections wo bedim kunimpa Jerabel upon or so the free Manchester Sakosua Adentina yeah, why is it that in Ghana every poor old woman is always being referred to? Okay. There what can sudden woman mu hadie. Wobi obaya brewa bia wo beifu. Enkokora no de omontanya beifu. Na emomrewafo no na beifu no se adentia. Man Piero dia wodi aba no CNDC never again for more for Nana. Na Man Piero eno so di free angunaga so bolokumase de ebre yen. Na yenua Peter amo wose akosua wo ye adwuma pa medase eno wose for more for Nana usu enso tepa wose nyame nhira wo mampani His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo mpontu dwuma yesane wawa egu yanum Nana Kwame die a wode baaye wose Nana Kwame tedium wose good evening akosua ka che NDC fo se wo monkoda efisi edi mfie nan ebeka wo mampani ho Abam Kofi wose akosua you look very beautiful thank you ena yenua ba konso dia wode aba beto ase DJ Omale ye wodi bia beye mo yenkinkan obi die na mo makwan nem wo ne wunua waka Nana Kwame Mensa Bonsu sheka ena fenso ba ku bi ka ho teacher Kujok Tepanyina susu modi abaye mo mankrofo mfa bimra asa Lamik Deyo NOC Peace News wala no ena Gasu Francis o mampani His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo 2020 no obedi nkonim Churchill Kingsley wasinya minhra o mampanyini ena Nana Owusu OPD sunyane wasi NDC party wo munim se 2020 elections wo belusu etu o bo adwini bi se wo mbeba sakasaka ne huroye aba oba tampa ejuso won na se o mampanyini wakasa yie pa efa wuntumi ho Nana do spoke well on wuntumi sa ho wie yen ho meso ye ba ye dede aka nyina ebeto so
Catch if you're me ba wono yire ho and so biem if you am butie bo so me ma mutia rent say if you're 40 Ghana cedis if na dey kro mo batua 80 Ghana cedis eh sanise ma bu sabi if you're am tia bitimi betete mo mpoma mu ho ehun dey koso nyina na this way chocolate drink da abai some no mo ma etwa no mo ani da ban na wo kra wo ba titru wotumi aka sa bi if you're fa wo so hyebra e me ye ntwa bi kwa ma no da
Ejefiera said you would diabo. Efiera fed you would to your knee. Efiera fed you would say, this way chocolate drink for full you swa a good jomi. Yet tenants of 1 year I got a team on Monday.
If you were wood to any, ya brown at day. Now this way chocolate drink, no sugar and nunda sugar womb, and then once one was Swiss. And you hear any social. Now I'm a pedia, Monsieur Sugar Capum, the family, or I shall say, dear, Muba Fremiati this way, such as Bakumpo, a good much Yaman, maybe that. If you're a sadia, yet, sir, yet, this way chocolate drink, a Busso supermarket, or can see John filling stations, and the shops, and no moment to Yamati Busi, and the Shiania Sound Koto, and Metati Maunum. Eh, if you're a baby, Fufu Valanda Swa, would the boy, yes, I am, Umra Kutukum, Yakoto this way chocolate drink and so swa. If you were in your debut, sir, we shall see. Achia, Yabre, Yabako.
FDA, I just said, Jadian Crab to Maja to say a yeah.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you glow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized, feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Yet one Cassia Bonuso Yansha na watching Munsama Esie. Omanpenny His Excellency Nanado Danko for the COVID-19. Ebra ye womi ebre more day na kasa tosudu na wodi betuja and watching sen sudden says maho kwa will be a timekwa so don shri bakono ye de ko don shri mienu nkramodan so ye bie obi a betimia konkramodan wakwa bompa ye na say na mampenny ekano.
Our churches and mosques have been open for prayers and services for the past 7 weeks, adhering to 25% occupancy or up to 100 congregants over a time duration of up to 1 hour per service. I extend my deepest appreciation to our religious leaders for their strict adherence to the safety protocol, which have prevented unknown outbreaks since they restarted their services. I've sorely missed going to church, as I'm sure many others have. I'm therefore very happy to announce that in consultation with our church leaders, from 1st August 2020, the restrictions on the number of congregants worshipping at a time in church will be lifted, with the length of worship extended from 1 to 2 hours per service. Church leaders who are desirous of implementing this enhanced easing directive must ensure that congregants wear face masks at all times, and the 1 meter social distancing rule is scrupulously applied.
Omanpenny His Excellency Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo na nsori ama ho kwan se nipa dodo obi abetimi akose se nye nipa wo ha at a time no ene nsentro ni Salamat Kuku apentil nya abre ene one esum mpanifo twetwe nkomo na wone superintendent opanyi a wono ena eda Assemblies of God Church ano etwetwe nkomo ema wo kyeremu se eye ne gisem kase pa
di kan no edrubre bia ne enkwa sori kura ne etifie ne mu odempa magana fo nyina ene basa se bie kwa sori awa na wa enhwe manage ese ne yetima wa 2 hours that we say wa sori ne se di sitie no ma social distancing ne se sori bia etimi fe lipa 10,000 no eni pa be 1,000 betumi akọ ana 2,000 sori fe lipa be 500 no eni pa be 100 betumi akọ enti je so wa boy enti di kan ye de aseda amo nyame yes ma president ye dala se no yes regard for settle ayewa kono wie na ye kwema ye jani ma ewu e kwa so ayen chia man hage me mum anamon tua president ye tuni de it is in the right direction.
Reverend Frimpong Manson a wono na Assemblies of God Church wodan no Ghana ha ene etine no we Right Reverend Paul Kwabena Boafo wo ye presiding bishop at the Methodist Church of Ghana wono nso chem se 2 hours no wo mani aso
ye nim say I'm sorry dem de ukokoduru ho no mo a wan ha na okwa akochia obi yen kochiachia yen ko hage ye ho yen ko so yen ntem yen ko ye handkerchief ye him wiem na yen ka say hallelujah hallelujah no ani ebe ni nyina no protocol no experience yintumi enye na yiti no osofo biara mesrem asori panyin biara mesrem say nyina ye be diso de di kan no ya ye ma ayo ma panyin fe pa mo no adi ho dance so o hefe de asori you see the protocols no so ohro yensa take temperature take data any you know enti na onya akwan say obebue mu no enti mo
Right, Reverend Paul Kwabnabuafo, your presiding bishop, Edema Methodist Church of Ghana, and which General Overseer, Edema Jesus Generation Ministry, and our also so Waka Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, the dear Reverend Enyanibu Dumo, no so that Mampenina say, Ewa Bra would be a cajon.
Yes, Ruby or mining says, sorry, no, Ijawa, the Yareba Krumha. Omubi maika krebi mpuno bibia sensie Pentecostal charismatic any prophetic churches no eno yo kwa faso ye niema e be fele se e kan liturgy ho ye de ensa gu nipa so bom pa ye ma no e bible no mu ye anointing service e bible no mu mo mbre wo mi nya bre pa nya bre we ne de anointing service nya bre we ne ye laying of hands many pesle to from Holy Ghost obetimi aye na abra wonsa enka ho bebre me preachia na me ho afotoko no opia be hunya member bi ahia yeso bonya bo adum en wo sre wo so dia me prova power no mame sabre no eni ho bio na asofo ni bi wo so se da de power no mawo ase mantel odane wo sra mawo en so me sre mo yeyi na enfi mu
Reverend Enyanibu Dumo no and a General Overseer Jesus Generation Ministry was Sansoka Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council. Mampenin sama wodi tu dwanema na de akyekyere ye ho ye restrictions a wo yi bi free ho no was send to just a trot taxi and afa so eno achi domestic flight ye wiemhye ni nyina wo betimi afa full capacity eno so say na mampenin eka no.
In consultation with the Ministries of Transport and Aviation and the leadership of transport operators, government has taken the decision to lift the restrictions in the transport sector and allow for full capacity in our domestic airplanes, taxis, trotros, and buses. The wearing of masks in vehicles and aircrafts and the maintenance of enhanced hygiene protocols remain mandatory.
Omampeni His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo eno na yensentro ni Erica Ifa woni National Vice Chairman Emma Ghana Private Road Transport Union of Ghana ora Robert Saba twetwe no se mampenya yade se woyi saa abanu afiri ho.
The President Nasi, any omo yes, because this has been an issue. I come forward and backwards. Now, the result. It has been our desire, say, the full capacity of passengers. There is no evidence, say, obiatra trotromu ana bus bimu wanya COVID-19. I don't think, say, we should continue, say, yebefa lesser number of passengers. Since March, I didn't buy it. We'll be affected so much in terms of our revenue generation. So it's about time that we get this respite from the authorities that be
Onwa Robert Saba National Vice Chairman Emma GPRTU no ne yensentro ni Erica Ifa etwehwe nkomo edefa ho na eba hyentiade omanfo se yenteso anase TNT lorry fare no a wo mo se yenteso no eno nso se no de to Erica nim
Yebeshia out of the meeting no mehu say yetisu ana then we are meeting this afternoon. Ye meeting we are the minister no committee. Ye meeting we are definitely no whatever comes out from the meeting no if say yetisu ana bibia we don't have any option than to comply. Nti call na yakoti minister no.
Onwa Robert Saba Vice Chairman Ghana Private Road Transport Union GPRTU oni ensentro ni Erica twetwe nkomo na no achi no na agudie hu nsem so mampani to just under 20 and under 17 national football team no ya mo kwan se wo mo nkoboaboa wo mo ho nyenye training se be ya FIFA and CAF wo mo dwumadi agodo mbetimi aye bie na no na mampani se do sika no no sei no de to ho
Our female under-20 and under-17 national football team have been given the clearance to go into their respective training camps to begin preparations towards their FIFA and CAF sanctioned international matches which begin in September. Whilst in training, the playing, technical and management teams must observe strictly all the protocols issued by government, CAF and FIFA against COVID-19. All other team and contact sports and competitive sporting events remain suspended till further notice.
Yemi head of sports Emma despite media Ora Dan Kweku Yabua woni Eric Achichin komo fa ho ne busa ne se mampanya na motu a watui wo hu ne sei
Sisi we COVID situation na akoye the devil and the deep blue sea so ka se onye hwe a onim diary ne beko enintina EPL English Premier League no omoye nhihye omutumi abo ewie season no Spanish La Liga nhihye omutumi abo ewie season no and we dia omampani akufuado kan enye contact sports na we be we ye agent because national teams no assignment aben already FIFA and CAF the COVID-19 protocols aba for teams or more camp and omampani kase omonko camp keke or say government protocols and especially FIFA and CAF protocols ni na omondi so say ye betumi ama ye ni akoho ne ye di so dia if you say ye betumi esi aka
Ora Dan Kweku Yabua wono ena ye head of sports eno ne Erica Eifa etwetwen enkomo na wochi munso ena opanyina wotu franka ama NDC amanyoko no Ora His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wono nso so ye woye mampanyine dada wono nso kasa se NDC fofra eba no wo mo bohye bi ebe te se contract no wo mo bedi so pepepe.
We also pledge that our promises will be a sacred social contract that will be honored and not betrayed. This pledge is to all, including our compatriots who have lost interest, faith, and hope in our politics. We will change the face of our politics so that no one will be considered less Ghanaian or more Ghanaian than the other on the basis of our ownership of a political party card. Let's face it, there are many Ghanaians who do not belong to the NPP, the NDC, or any known political party. They detest the persistent acrimony associated with our politics. They do not possess a party card, and yet day in and day out, they contribute significantly to building our country. Today, we're witnessing a course of action never seen in our country. And so my message to them is there is hope for us.
Omampani dada His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na oche mu se Professor Jena na opoku agima wo yi ne se ne running mate no nipa bi omukeka ne ho nsem no na achia pa.
It is regrettable that following my announcement of her as my running mate, several key leaders of the NPP administration and party launched a barrage of misogynistic attacks at her just on the basis of her gender. These attacks are unacceptable and most unfortunate, and this is not what the severely distressed people of Ghana deserve at this time. We surely can do better. As servant leaders, we pledge to abide by the ethics of a clean campaign, devoid of insults. We shall present our message to the people of Ghana in a clear and succinct manner.
Omampanyine dada His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wono anso na etu franka ama NDC amanyoko wie na Professor Jena na opoku agiman awoyi ne se ne running mate nso kyeremu se woto aba no eya ade bia eho te ede ema Ghana ni bia te se nyina ye bo ho ban.
We need to show up and vote come December 7th. Each one of us must jealously guard our sacred right to vote and reject the attempts by some to disenfranchise some. We are all Ghanaians and we love this country deeply and we make contributions to the running of our country. Do not let anyone make you feel otherwise.
Omampanyini Abedi Omampanyini dada His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne running mate Professor Jena na opoku agiman no obewie and ode to Ghana fo nyina anim se nyame yadomo a December elections na yenhwe se ye beto aba na de yedie ebebreye.
The choice we have in this election is very clear. We can either build a Ghana where every citizen, regardless of background, is afforded equal opportunity to become their best selves. or we can continue on a path where a few people attempt to control and dictate the destiny of the people who have given them the privilege to govern in the first place. Let our policies deviate from this unproductive path of injustice and non-peace. We, the people of Ghana, all of us, are the protectors and owners of this country for our collective good and for that of generations unborn.
Professor Jane Nana Opokwa Jimai, a running mate, Emma Omampeni Dada, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Nasa Mani Boy Salamat Kukwa Pencil and na Ede Ebreye. Mampeni small di two just a driver for say a taxi and as a trotro Obia Betimia Fanny Pesa Wafano and na GP out to you Krabate 1 centimem Wapenina Wadano Achem set Mampenina ya dear so the San Semi Atuja Yaman Bofo Penya 1 centimem Samson Kwame Yamiche any Ashanti Regional GP out to you Secretary Ora Mohammed Kama Abdul Rahman Etchenkomo.
Yeah, the Ghana buying as a better than you say, what Junior who what you are crafty, you say, and then transport operated. A bit near about your normal now, such as lockdown in the time, the better than I say, what Junior home. Lockdown no more, not well, no, I will form Kara. In Jacoba, the entity Panuso, the education, a human, a coin, the Ghana buying or canoe. But the two that you know not well, not cost. They are young Koboka, but Abani and Shia, and Okache based on advice, a demand was or may acquire Sabra or Emwa, in my 15% transport minimum on the 11th of July. If you any statement to make it, now about a young a normal suit about the name transport because it was rather fuel there that we give us the 15% increment.
Ora Mohammed Kama Abdul Rahman, one known as Ashanti Regional GP out to you Secretary. When you man the buffer paying 1 centimem, something Kwame Yamiche and Etchenkomo. Former Deputy General Secretary Edema National Democratic Congress NDC Amonyoko also na founder Edema Professor Atamils Institute Orokwaku Anyidohu Edia to just one mampenya watie just His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo wo ye bemem wo hyebwa wo di so pepepe okay FM ade achebia dwumadi su no wo chem se mampenya asem obetweroye e wo Book of Condolence ebra Professor John Evans Atamils free mo no wa ye ne pepepe a wama asumdwe park na enwuo na wama kwa abem it was a bema wonfa ne techrema entofom.
Let me thank His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for gracious making the nation proud. Sir President, I'm not go ahead. Coastal Development Authority (CODA) owns Asumdwe Park to its original architectural design. Now, this is fulfillment. This is what Nana Akufo-Addo wrote on the 28th of July 2012. Let me quote what Nana Akufo-Addo wrote. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, MPP 2012 presidential candidate, MPP Accra. And I quote: "The death of the president is a sad blow for the entire Ghanaian people and for me personally, as I have known him since our youth at the university. I pray that the nation gives him a befitting funeral for the work he has done for the Ghanaian people. May his soul rest in perfect peace in the bosom of the Almighty until the last day of the resurrection."
Onwa Kwaku Anyidohu won known na founder ma Atamils Institute emre bi etwemo na wo ye Deputy General Secretary Emma NDC Amanyuku no ebede di se Pwalugu Police Training School e wo Upper East Region nipa bi wo ye trainees nipa yetete wo mo no ma be police fo no ebi enya COVID-19 na bepiem se wo mu nyina e ho ato wo mo. Interior Minister was saying Mashebedwene wanandom Honorable Ambroseri ene de tudwa na wo kirem se wo mo nya COVID-19 nyina e do mo kogu ba bi no ya show nyina obi ahụ atọno a wo aba omo ye omajuma na sabrede wo mo behwese omo benya isolation centers e wo training schools ni nyina mu.
In collaboration with the security agencies under this ministry, have since the emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic instituted a number of measures to help stem the spread at the various training schools. The measures adopted include continuous education of trainees to observe the protocols of COVID-19 establishment. It is important for me to give an update in that matter. Mr. Speaker, by His grace and in consonance with the foregoing protocol stated, all the who were infected or affected have recovered and are in training. Further evidence of that is the fact that the Upper East Region, as at Friday, 24th July 2020, has had 0 active cases of COVID-19 infection for the past 3 weeks.
Honorable Ambrose Derry, Minister of Interior, was Sansu Mashebejani, and one Nandom, copy of Mashebejum, and what in Semina at Opunoso. Now, what she was one for Shankraton, some so honorable lawyer, Kojo Ponkroma, editor just of the 19 Kwaye, Konobaby, Bang Ejinano, while Bon Homo Depa and Che or Kono, ye bet me, Edin Kuniakas Wakopa, Makwa, said your poor, Ekan on Pepe.
Okona Kasati, and Namino Kasi, Yehenia Mami Nua, a Maya who say, Okono, Eduma, Omampeni, any Ampine, any kind of Unara, they pimpins one and Quaya Yababi to Sabrino, Aswa Papa, my Idika, over Nipa, a turning positive so far, 32,969. It moved 168, and I don't know many African. Let's say, Ohio Kimushi, any exit for being 0.5%, and your mortality rate, and I said, one of my Afro. I would put. Yes, I might be pretty poor. Yami, any and a more mampany, any buying it to a buying.
Honorable lawyer Kojo Ponkroma Ebewie no se Ghana for say e wo mo se COVID-19 no kon no ye kodie nanso obese wo mo se safety protocols no ye nyina ye mfanya adwuma.
Ye be ko so astre ami fa konye so me nsada me sayem e ma me no me papa no me nua no me ti wa no be ko so astre mo ye ni hihye no so. Now, your new cases now costro. Now, active cases now perform. They're known as the mayor to me every okono the person.
Honorable lawyer Kojo Oponkroma, Minister of Information. Now, was I Mashebejani or Fancy Irebi? Now, what Chimu was I Mashebejani internet and Mashebeja for media budget review no bobo. Na no ne Honorable John Jinapo, one would debate na eto so pa na agro any poso. Na and no and na lawyer Kojo Oponkroma ebo amania se. Oman penny baby odi Ghana ejina no wodi ejina yankasa. Yesika sem ejina brane nanka wakon kasiye. Bit is a COVID-19 na besinsen ye kom kodi awuo nanso mampanyina manaba mu amuo na Ghana ya bi ne die ne ya kwansi die ne na mu nyina no ye gina ba bi ye gina no na kyerese mampanyini wayade.
The essence of his contribution is that he has a more accurate computation of public debt and deficit numbers, and that the numbers as presented by the Honourable Minister responsible for finance are inaccurate. Mr. Speaker, this is not the first time our colleagues on the other side, and indeed Honourable Abungo, have repeated this argument or sought to use it to undermine the work that is going on here. Indeed, the last time, the argument was that the Honourable Minister responsible for finance, and this was when he presented the substantive budget, had cooked the figures. The hands up to them now. They proceeded to announce to the Ghanaian public that he had presented a different set of figures to Parliament and another set of figures to the International Monetary Fund. It took the International Monetary Fund live on national television to call them to order.
Eni ayeti ye eye Mashebejani owo ofansi ayerebi Honorable lawyer Kojo Oponkroma was Sansu Minister of Information. Na eno na debate anasa se medapono so we to na we atui Mashebejani owo yape kusegu Honorable John Jinapo wo chem se Ghana ebre MPP abreso.
That is where we think outside the box. Your revenues are dropping to 53 billion, and yet you want to borrow over 50 billion in just 1 year to finance your deficit. Mr. Speaker, what is innovative about this? Your salary is gone down, and all you are doing is to go and borrow, to come and spend. No wonder today our debt is 258 billion from 120 billion. But if you want to see how critical it is, don't just look at the debt. Go and look at the interest payments. Because when you do well, your economy will grow, and then you can pay the interest payment. When we were living office, interest payment was just about 10 billion. Today, in the minister's own document, interest payment is 26 billion. Hey!
Mashebejani owo yape kusegu Honorable John Jinapo ene etine ne ewo Mashebejemu no. Mashebejemu ho mu ye debate ni wieye ko wi ase kwantinti bia kopie kotia media budget review no wo mo agya tum prekope. Na first deputy speaker of parliament Honorable Joseph Osewusu wo no na etine adwam.
Policy of Government of Ghana and the Sum of Ghana series 11,896,477,566 as supplementary estimates for the government. All in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. All against say no. No. The ayes have it. The House has accordingly approved a sum of 11,896,476,566 Ghana cedis as supplementary estimate of government for the 2020 financial year.
The eyes have it. Nese no for now. 80 nese mrashebejano womun so dia womo ejitu mu no. Nese media budget review no woma dia tumprekope nese mrashebejem ho de pa. Na no na Minister of Finance Honorable Ken Oforiatta wono so dia sedama mrashebejafo no so woma dia tumu na wada womo asiyi.
We really would like to thank this House for the support that we have gotten. Mr. Speaker, Labour is now very committed to the program, and the minority leader knows that he had vexed issues of supplying unemployment insurance, and I'd like to tell him that we'll do it for him. Mr. Speaker, let me thank this House and for the support we have gotten over this period, and let me assure you, Mr. Speaker, that as long as our God reigns and the battle is the Lord's, we shall bring Ghana to where it rightfully deserves to be.
Honorable Ken Oforiatta, a Minister of Finance. Now, watching Womanpenny, His Excellency Nana Dudanko Akufo-Addo, who copy northern part of the country, Neso Mayor Tififem, now Koshema Tamale Water Supply Project, no Womodanadi. Now, Mampenny James Tamale Water Supply Project, Neba Buama Dishebetre, and then so why Diamo Womono, Woman in Supapanum, Tinkra Kasia, Wombenya Home Fasono, Wadinina Etuja.
Ghana Water Company Limited has had to implement a water rationing program as an interim measure. The current water supply in Tamale is 9 million gallons per day, while demand is 20 million gallons per day. There is thus a shortfall of some 11 million gallons per day. I've recounted the history of water supply to Tamale in order to place in proper context the significance of the current intervention to meet the water demand for Tamale and its environs, looking at a planning horizon of up to the year 2040. Government, in deciding on the Tamale water supply project, had two options to consider: either rehabilitate the existing water treatment plant or construct a new water supply system. After carefully examining the two options, government decided for the construction of a new water treatment plant at Yape, thereby making available two water supply systems working concurrent to supply water to Tamale and its environment in order to guarantee the availability of enough potable water in the metropolis.
Omampenyi Tamale Water Supply Project wakoda na dino ene yetine no nye nonko wasan koda Yendi Water Supply Project na wase yana Mahama Abubakar Yotosumienu washane bo 2019 Damba Festival nase so di nsuo beba ho enunti wanya 30 million facility every Indian Exim Bank awode ba bedi se adwuma na beboa ama ade hyempempem we Yendi ne potamu nyina wo mo enye nsukrogen anom.
I was in Yendi on 16th November 2019 in the company of my guest, the Prime Minister of the Caribbean island of Barbados, Her Excellency Mia Motley, QC, who enjoyed her visit here immensely and continues to talk about. To join you, celebrate the Damba Fest, the first in 2 decades. In my remarks, I assure the Yana and all gathered at that colorful ceremony that the Yendi Water Supply Project will commence soon. 8 months on, I'm happy to be here to see construction work finally commence. It has been 59 years since the construction of the original Yendi water supply system, which took its raw water source from the river Dakar. Since its construction, it has not undergone any rehabilitation works, and it is no longer capable of satisfying the water needs of Yendi and its environment. Additionally, because of the considerable increase in population and economic growth, it has become necessary to construct a new water supply system to meet the water demands of Yendi and its adjoining towns and communities.
Yendi adehye omose atadwe na yate denne na wotwe mu nso na damango ehon so kopie ho na damango water supply project no mampanyi ekotwa homamu a wo nso ehyansie na wotwe mu Ashanti Regional Minister Honorable Simon Osemensa woche mu se bebia yetrotro din nipa bi wo ha yenim sa adwene na homamu atio na wo mo de sakasaka ne huroye eba na nso ye pasumdue wo be sesa nkrofo no so wo ntwe wo ho na wo mo twe wo din entwe wo din pepepe.
mesre and say will be a nadwin say or because of trouble any registration center within the region and the country. Na so oba mantam mu dia answer na registration no be hyase no. Regional Security Council bambon semwa mantam na hye no. Yeah, the directives be by also be a diso send ye be ya yenya basbasa. So far there say send ya munyina mahunu ne makoso kama apart from one or two places bia kanyema unity a yeso ano no enyanti basbasa bia obi on register e mesro brana be register enye last minute utra anye yi na bia iwie na mopap anya maso a na just one register no enti mesro obi amodin so oba be register we is all the beto abana o voter ID card dada na ne kura wo no say wo koye bi.
Honorable Simon Osemensa eya santimantem so afomane boy yamane bofo penye 1 santimem Samson Kwame Nyameche ena edebre ye nyina ye nim video bi e call viral na omanfo nyina ehwe bie maame bia wanya mfie aduokono a nipa bi eburo no ekono ya na maame firi mu no magana fo bufui pa ama omo kan ho asem se ba ne se ne yete ne se maame akua dente ede ebone no ye 90-year-old woman a ya buro no ekono na ye kwachi abayo bi e Latifa Bumaya na wono no dia tudwa se ne nanano no na wono oka ho mu ana mo hwe video mu hu abai wa no ana wo hye maame no wo se wonim de ba no so na mnantie bi de powder bi gu no so na emese powder no ma na nisu biri no a wono kura kire wo hu video no se ntimi Latifa pa na me bumi na na sei Salaga Divisional Police Command echi no ena Latifa se wonim de ba no so de ne wo ye no kura no wonim video no wo hu sese wo no kura no wo bo maame ni bi.
See, all only I'm so confirmed with the job is I would do me house man going. But it's into focus and man and I'm doing the father if he I'm no way you be a good and I'm doing for my other one. Nti odi me ko ya na mo so train side ya ko le bia kwa so ya ebro ni papa penyin plan ya no na bemba mama no ya waka di me na mama o mo ya nta me se ti da o kura ba o boro na wi so o boro wa go fe so o boro si bi trem na me front na u e yin so kula si ma mo se mi jina ha me shona mi bisa e senti me na me shona me na na o so ana mo si na mi si sa me front me ba sana skin fashion no so yes you know when I meet you so na me say dem once ya sent me ko from papa mo ni de no bia o me tie de for so all that na me to the one so who the one who said
we Latifa Buma yes wono ne ma abrewa ne ne nana na wono kura wonim de ba no so nipa bi e de adefita bi te se powder gu no so etu wono eche wo hwe video no kura no hu sese ne nana na wabro ne kuno no e na sabre salaga fo aso ne mu a wo mo ya asem ne mu enhwehwe mu na wo chi mu mampanyina be de echire His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia de atonkramofo mpanifo anim se ne kwan so wo ma wo ho kwan e ma amonyefofo mo so no de sakasaka e ba ne titru e mabunu omo ye nkramofo e de ada fasha e koso no e na mampanyifa internet so mampanya be de chefa internet so no kasaye na wo che se Muslim youth no wo mo draw inspiration emfi sheik e chief imam e Sheikh Osman Nuhu Sharabutu se de wosie di ne hu ni papa yi asumdwe wo bo hu dawuru e na Islam no kra no Islam no e ya asumdwe esum kase e na wo mo bo hu dawuru nti e mabru no nsua bibi emfrim.
If Ghana is revered across the globe as a shining example of democracy in Africa, it is because of how we have generally conducted ourselves peacefully in previous elections. We have to maintain this enviable reputation, and it is important for all stakeholders to ensure that we enjoy the peace we enjoy in this country. We in government have a responsibility to ensure that, and we pledge our commitment to that. I want to take this opportunity to appeal to the youth of the Zongos to reject being used as pawn to perpetuate political violence. Our communities should no longer be a place where the violent-minded people will come and hire people to propagate their agenda. This must be a thing of the past. We are fortunate to have our father, the National Chief Imam, Sheikh Osman Usman Nuhu Shaributu, an icon of peace we can always draw inspirations from to eschew violence. I urge every Zongo youth to emulate the peaceful nature of our father wherever you are and ward against acts of violence. Regardless of your political affiliation, politics should not be a barrier between you and your fellow brother from the same community. The elections are a simple exercise of choosing worthy leaders who will ensure our inclusion in national policy, welfare, and our nation's development. It is not an exercise to divide us through violence.
Omampanyina bedieche His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na watu asubiem se omampanyina wotie dwaso His Excellency Nana Dodankwa Akufo-Addo adehye wozongo no wamuda na koma so ankasa eti no de zongo ministry eba ya wati zongo development fund yebehye ama niema bia eni zongo communities no womunyina enya bi na edi mpumtuo ne nkanko aba na wasema mpanyi se Ghana fo hu ne mobo na yeto abama no ne the second term kan ho a ne second term no wobesi 16 modern senior high schools ewo 16 regions nyina enye senior high school tetekwa bia abefo kwantimpo mu de pa.
The government is more determined and committed to uplifting education in Zongo communities, and as a result the president has decided that inshallah in his next term of office through the Zongo Development Fund and the Ministry for Education, we will build 16 model senior secondary schools in Zongo communities in each of the 16 regions in Ghana. President Akufo-Addo's sincerity towards the education of the Zongo child is further underlined by his government's decision to restore the paying who teach children in various Zongos, Arabic and Islamic studies.
Mampanya bedieche bewie no ene wo sese free senior high school na aba no obesa batani ahwefo wo mo nhye wo mo mankran e mankoda ne nko school efise ngumesua eya de papa hwe no mankoda no ant na fie.
To further ease the burden on parents, government has this year also absorbed the core examination registration, as well as the BECE, which was absorbed earlier. And this has been for 375,737 senior high school students, as well as tens of thousands of JHS students. No student, thankfully, has been sacked from an examination hall because they have not been able to pay their school fees or examination fees. Your Eminence, thanks to the government's policy to invest massively in the free SHS and free TV, no Muslim or Zongo child, male or female, or any child in Ghana for that matter, has an excuse not to go to school. We have to encourage them to go to school. To further expand educational opportunity to the poor and less privileged, the government has digitized and decentralized the process of awarding scholarship, and the number of people awarded government scholarships has increased by 70%.
Omampanyina bedieche His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia sana mede madwenkyere ebeba no emre bi atwam wo ho ana ye sinkrofo jeje nkrofo cars ebi a wonhye taxi driver wafo obi wodi nipa ne tenemu a moba bedru na nipa na twene sutuo ana wachese kan na nipa na wageka na firi ne nsem na nse ye kofom kakra e na afi e ma ne musu kakra na wo mo je nkrofo cars afiri wo nsem no wo ma sese wo strategy se de ye mfase kan nsi uso ana ye fatuo ensi kwon sesi fom ana se obi metena wachi no amfa homa nso wo kon se de wo ku wo no onye wo kaki emfiri wusem de omo ye ne se wafa no wode wo kwa mudu ba bi oso wo de tweme wa ha meba no ama drink bia na se aduane bi se meba wudi wie ye ho ansa wada ne abeku ye yi wato atwene ne atam ka ne de ko na ye nsentuo ni payos beid bansin ne no wura bi a ebi ato no twetwe nkomo ene wo kirem se be ya Ghana fo ne titu ma mo yusu kase no mo be ya hweyi.
The week pepe, which is on the 22nd. Now, Obi High, Miss Member Kofa Nomano, Kanye, Abaso Kama to Ibi, Ajet, Kofa Noma Kanswa, back to a Yamarket, and Yamarket and Namidina. And the time I air no see a Bepi will be so good to Obi, the Drew and non dependent Medru rather, and a packet, a filling station, a few meters from Kanswa to Butua, Ayura, Tuba Panaso. And you drew another packet, and in fact, for a month in Yanamis Airport, that they can Nippon by the Grandma, Jonia Midi or Kanuma, the Numadra Sana Meko, and the packet can never go. I remember passing with Peace FM news you krabi. And the bear 12:30 there about. The packet car and I mean me in a free car money better will be stored anymore. The same main road were. But me and already many problem be what me wasting was 17 interesting. And if it didn't this time at all, the me to so anymore. I don't know to tell you also man young guy bear 25 years. Okay, to Zoom minim. So I know about no Hollandia. I a California to AB type. You know, I know mamma back, but Satam not personally to be frank, that was all my mushy built till next morning. The next morning I realized I can't few meters of my room see. And me buy according to Nipa no motel. It's like Obi some BBM and Timinka. Now I was also looking wretched. And the Yamin one in Nimquaya, the far so free that particular place, so good to mention on a crab drew. Maybe I'm a seal by William. The car, the moment the car, can't see one of the call, or me phone the call, because the better house are a phone of them and I can't see the damage, no, and James, I don't know, say, I don't know what I am, maybe or my injection of that, I know the man today. That is all that I saw.
Ayara hosam ya jenika free in semna, ji drinking no meba, and one and any tea, and na on a quorum confess who could roof ye. Or Kodada, Dentie, Yanya ye. Make out Ghana this week, no Suguso Uchi with peace 104.3 FM. So, Memphis Jin check a camera, you are near the voice of the week, and I had the account home. Hailey Selassie, where your Facebook Live go so, and what dear Bawasi JDM. Let me tell you, let me tell you something. You can even promise one room, one DSTV. Still, you will lose. Where your Hailey Selassie, and no Capito, go Suzongo, and also Mampani, His Excellency, and another Danko. Indeed, you have performed better. Nessa, why you juma? Enti, as I say, a debacle in fear 9 years signed the count. Bright board teacher for Praso say, on Mampani that da His Excellency John Dramani Mahamadi and Wap every Ghana for Obium. Yet fear 9 ma one a dear na utime a day a year. Quabna board since Sunyani Utumase and was say MPP na honorable Bafo Womu ye Jumasuni Jumade was watcher and theatre and so Joso. And Crispo Fufu or no so dear Basso Mampani that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was say wo brenu sika Ghana fosi and Toma wo tum na yen you have been so dear what day a by ye teacher constitution we are more say and also Mampani His Excellency and another Danko Kufado why ye Juma. Why Juma pass Mampani bia our baba be so or no so na dwinkyere our day eba ye no Azemman Ventures e wo kronom ene marketing na di anymore was say Mampani ni e twa homam yendi tamale chese enso nsane wawa was say we di ekoyie na dane ye bo ta fa ne koyo sisa akosua common trainings allowance trainee allowance Mampani da entimi entua na yenua apurugu chakapama en ono so dia base ha ya kusia gwa boaje me show pa na sa ba iwe ya ne birthday wo free mu yi ya wurahusem papa abusua na mfufuo nyina nyame encheche wo mure we ya apurugu chakapama hope se udin no maboni yi ankoma foster de odi free achima yire bia ba ne se sa ma me na wo free mu no ya ne muguase kase pa de ma wo man Jerebel upon Manchester no so oh my god awurahusem pe ni wonyame emfa ne kra ensie birthday celebration yenhwe ne akwakwa kosie awurahusem enna yenua nyame akwa solo say I can't stop laughing aden wani agisa o say where is Chelsea fans ahun wanya ye ohun Chelsea supporters nwanya ye that's the blues still the blues na Emmanuel Saka was a fellow Ghanaians NDC party watcham enna yenua ba konso so edia wodia baba beto ha mention aminko YouTube sisia Mohammed Wilberforce sashi asanwe so and was say he who swallows a complete coconut has absolute nanka proverb near me depa but to message na dwaneko na mehu akesme so de wa ha akesme wo se ye de asedema NDC se wo yi Professor Jena no opoku agiman se wo meye running mate ye da NDC asepa na wo mampanyini de ekwan bia so aye too late amana mampanyina wo te adwa so aye too late amana efise o mampanyi dada His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wo no ena nkunimdie be ye ne dia Amoako Daniel and wo say good evening me show live e wo Brekum Peace FM News news a clean menim the other to aso no entry Deborah Sunday was A3 akosi agwaboaje yes be mena was me cherish show miss me cherish show papa was say watchia ankobia parliament boys techiman Bono East region Comensa was in an near baumie MPP near no size Comensa pillar 2 no and ordinary de bebo mo amponsa prof choco and was say if you don't want free senior high school teachers and nurses allowance NAPCO 2 okay there's a door chance wa wo pese pen ye no pesa de ni begina na se wo na abeto mama mpanyini dada de opa kira no na correscore Zakaria eno se sonya no se akosia you see yama mpanyina botie dwaso wo momoden 2016 na mama mpanyini dada mahama wa commission projects bebre sabre yama mpanyina fe no wo twitwa homam we kire se adwuma no wo mo ne homoden kura ono nso dia wode eba ye ebetu ema ye eno no Menko YouTube we bet me a share live or despite media YouTube despite media men faka craving free homra Isaac Pence was in fact birthday celebration pa na amani pe akwakoda ne wo wuoi asemo Ajo Roberta Mrs OK FM Kwabenya Hills and was say all those involved in Granny's death no patch said na no free mono ye ma me abrewa no as I say embra ene wo mu edi o ma ye bone kese pa and akwasi kwache was a propaganda party NDC Gideon say was JM 2020 all the way or the Frikumase and ebaye and ye nua bi nso OBSM say wo de ndi ka ba de di kan no na as ye mo say Asawa television and was say Kinji Nana Chaso okay was in Nana Chaso and na yenua Kelly was sister Akosia please tell the telecommunications network people that we have no coverage or service here in Takwa community a village near okay was it Takwa this year omunya bi na no say and was say where is the person you said me say Miss Nipano was a surprise in what the baba next week who say me catch her say nanko obi beba came obi be partner me obi be associated with me and ne. But unfortunately, say nipa no was a surprise no person audition next week. And I know say ubusaya na mesume nantisi no. Emmanuel Danzi and so dia wadia about so NDC they don't fear or party say NDC for woman wimpo say womoba na womobe ha Ghana for adwene. Kwaku nipa ewutu breku no so Ghana for what kind of life is this? Killing an old woman. Mamia Semidia, arahusem kesiye pe dian mguasiye kesiye abre o maino. Memfam yunubi emra. Ano Richard was a form more for Nana and a Peter Yabo say please Ghanaian don't vote for MPP and NDC was so mummy nuna a fairly Brooklyn New York and no different ho ebaye was so mummy na wo mamwaye yentu wo nyina esa banche ene nana free Brooklyn ho bra ne hwese beto amawa say ye NDC ne MPP to twede dia na ne bra ne hwese bia ye betimi aso wahwe amana ye Ghana this week no wasugu so wutie e wo peace 104.3 FM sinane voice of the week you know menka ho asem bia moma yenkotie voice of the week
nya da je mompaya abrantie siso ne dia ne se wo share support na to bini no dia kwaniaba supporter to bini supporter to kan support no dia chire koba so benya daje na brante be da bompaya afana brabo ho no dia bi de pia no gabrem de pia opema dwapade foforo de piara wa wen so de begu atopa basia ne be ba ho so no na umfie ni kwa na ye de
and that dear wabam memma no so say na mo bo prophet once one na de ma yo day and ye no for asene and na de na o se memma no mo so monye mo de e di prophet once memma na mo mpa adware no a ho nyina dane yentie piles
nya da je mompaya abrantie siso ne dia ne se wo share support na to bini no dia kwaniaba supporter to bini supporter to kan support no dia chire koba so benya daje na brante be da bompaya afana brabo ho no dia bi de pia no gabrem de pia opema dwapade foforo de piara wa wen so de begu atopa basia ne be ba ho so no na umfie ni kwa na ye de
wasi bema wasi so wo mompaye manyame mwa wo mpa adwuma bi nye wo sport ase kankan na asori ama da bia wo de ese wo de wanim na nante de hye wanim na ade nante eno a wo hu an se nkokorabo aba beto na wo hye wachi ye mi hu yanka no wo se sa ahode nani ho da bia eti prophet one tu be ma bia fo se dwene wabrabo ho abrante a wasisuo na padwuma papa bi ye ne bobra ye japade ma ho na daache wo nkokora brem no wanye mobo na gya se wodi edi agro no wodi ne ma di agro na ade wo se mpamu agro nko a na ehia wabrante a wasisuo mpamu agro na aso ho daye woti adwuma mu mpamu agro wo dware mpamu agro wo da mpamu agro wo se wo nkokora bom wo mobro yemfa third one Pious second one bi there be would sama me ayi prophet one there no be ha prophet and now the onim for second one ne bra uwie na ye the prophet one ne futuo no na ye de awie
me try say anything
yeah me pacho we say ni 1 million and sabeka 30 million
okay
and 2 million 26 million
2 million 26 million
me pacho ane and 3 million 39 million
3 million 39 million
me pacho ane
okay boss hello
meet you
pesa me send 9 billion
obenya unini wose why
peace FM as am for no Azam for no ho aniko say adaba ku bi frame na me man ne kasa ya be 1 hour me hu so ya azan na dan na se mani nka na me se me fa brenti anyiji mani kakra eti na me so no say oh sa oh sister wodi niema we be me sister tie se me yedai okay eti me hia wo he na me se abrante nya botre cheche me mu me ne kasa ya 1 hour enti 1 hour ni dura na me se krache wajiji mani awie enti kofie koda oh my entire prophet one here
nya da je mompaya abrantie si so ne dia ni se wo share support ne to bini no dia kwani aba supporter to bini supporter to kan sa ponche no dia chire koba so benya da je na brante be da bompaya afuna brabo ho no dia bi de pia no gabrem de pia opema japade foforo de piara wa wen so de bebu atopa basia ne be ba ho so no na ufie ni kwa na ye de
but to be honest with you prophet one afuto ni mudo asem na wo ka no tie tie emudo o ya brantia wasisu a fa bobra nkokora boda wani mu etwen wo nkokora bomu no wo yire oba wo wuntimi nkotena ne nchen wo ba wo yire ne de obetimi akwakotena ne nchen ahwe ne nana ba wuntimi nka wo hu oba wa wo ese ne papa ba ebehwe ne da what bi da tubo se wa ya ankonam ena sa abre no so wo yire na wo ware no wan treat ni yi a onkokora bom no obekere wo se so oba no nyamesiro ni mu a obekasa sa abre na ya brante na ho odin no na wo de gu atopre se ne wo no wabo a wusi ho no sa abre na maame no so ne ho odin wo sori ya no wo kɔ ne baba ho na kɔhwe ne nananom na afi waka akonwam eti mema de mo nkokora bom mo mobɔ eti sa abre ho odin no ti na bible se memfo ho odin mama toto obere yie save wa ho odin no na nkokora bo wetime gya na ye exercise wo ye adwuma wo tete nkoda ne ye da che nkoda no kwa na o maka papa me fra busa se de o husitie papa bu okora ne manfre no papa bu ha ne manfa phone empo mfre no ne ho ye huhuhu kaka motobi ena na odi tifie ho eti nkoda ne nyina mpenasem nti o munyire yom se ye kwan frifie ha o mu frifie ho pe obi akora mfa phone emfre papa da enenso ye nkase ye ne saa odi enya hwe wo papa ye odi ye kra anya bia kakra de eya na odi akwakoma na mmom no de wudua na no na wutwa enti abrantie dwene wo da ache wo ho nya den saa o ena na ho odin wo ho enye den saa wo nkokura bom eni asem nti ya mommen sa wo ya brantie no wosiso ya ben mema mpanifo no papa bia wonya mfie aduoso aduowotwe kono nkyɛn na ndi kobu so papa edie na usua ye edie na wo regret won ka na regret nkyerɛw na fa tu obeka say masebre wo weni we ho etu ya brantie a eya afa ho dom enkokora ne mrewafo na nya ese wo matemate ne wo cosmate na ne wo monam no wo nyina adwene ye baako ben panifo na wo kan wisdom enkyerɛw panyi papa evi say de wa akoda bone ye wo panyi bone nso ho eti ye tie panyi papa na ye koini e dia sede ma JM Ado and Sons what the Borges organic apple cider vinegar aba eye papa pa wo so na pese wo sote wo fo ye kutua eye Borges organic apple cider vinegar ebema wo so ate ebe hwehwe wo so kama ebebo ho ban alpha folic acid alpha vitamin C tablet and a 1+400 Borges olive oil. When you know ye JM Ado and Sons adawroma enti JM Ado and Sons 1+400 no ensunsumu akese ene branding nyina etu ase apple cider ya Borges organic apple cider vinegar no wo de kakra so nsumu so ebetimi aboa wo na amaniema nyina nso etimi edimo wonua ba akosua goaboa je betimi afrem yakosua nsha na mede Ghana this week bremo best point saving salons nso eka ho best point to say so wo pe ba bia sika na wo pe bosia eye best point saving salons and a best assurance de se wo pese wo ye insurance motor insurance best assurance ye mahucha eti bomodin a se wo pese wo ye wo motor insurance obetimi akọ best assurance company limited omo ye non life insurance nso bi wo ho de kanka ho nyina mo yi niam fra mo no ne ba mo de niam ba import ni ade export ni nyina best assurance eye ho juma ema ho ete nana ya okese ma me bia makwafo ne asemofo mienu om keka ne nyina esi ani na wo mo bo ne chidom na wochi mo Pius Bade Banson Salamat Pencil Erica Ayifa wo mo nso ene ka ne ho ena social media man Piero wo no nso ena etena chire keka ne nyina esi mo mo share live wo Facebook ena mo share wo YouTube despite media me sorry to presenter ko Johansson wo som wo Peace 104.3 FM na OK FM so Evangelist King David na wono nso atoaso yada mo nyina se amamumo